something on this wall? No? No paintings here? They are invisible, right? Please have a seat. Is it we are going into the last 2-week business or what? People don't come out of the tents. I collected, thanks to some people who helped me a lot, and there's a bundle here. Love is everything, right? This is my love scrapbook. Get that mic and read it. And what happened to my fan? Somebody took it away? My fan, where are you? Hi, fan. You won't believe it. Look at this. It's a gift, right? Satnam Kaur? Where you got this? Yeah, I see it. Whew. Thank you. Also keep on reading. Love is what? You people thought I'll come. Guru Darshan over the planet. Why you came here? Isn't that exposing yourself too much? To good air and blue skies and to be among ladies and... Shh. Well. Welcome to New Mexico. This was the missing guy. Really? But there should be pair. How are you going to put one? There's no other one? This is it? Underneath I can put my diamonds and cover it and... Yeah. This is the old Spaniard way of hiding your wealth. To make a statue of lion and just hit this spot and put it on a stand and put all the wealth you need to put in there. This is how people used to. That's pretty. It's good. Yeah. Now Narinjan is going to read you what we collected in almost a year and a half or something like that. Yeah.
This is a little comic strip that's in the LA Times every day. For instance, love is someone you can't wait to see. Love is waiting for her to come by. Love is watching her while she sleeps. Love is getting up to investigate the noise she heard. Love is a heart big enough for two. Love is finding the right words at the right time. Love is remembering in detail what she wore. Love is knowing she wore it especially for you. Love is scratching her back when she can't reach the itch. Love is passing her the binoculars at the races. Love is asking her what she wants for Christmas. Love is remembering what the weather forecast said. Love is losing your concentration after her phone call. Love is getting the old feeling when he calls. Love is a bouquet without a note. Love is bringing her a plant for her garden. Keep on going?
Yeah.
Love is not jumping to the wrong conclusions. Love is calling a truce. Love is calmly discussing your differences. Love is forgiving her again. Love is making her a tasty TV snack. Love is not buying him the tie of your choice. Love is letting her run her fingers through your just combed hair. Love is using a cologne she fancies. Love is learning to relax. Love is playing a round together. Love is having each other. Love is a touch of springtime. Love is calmly discussing your differences. Love is trying to see the other point of view. Love is patching up a quarrel. Love is the way back. Love is not being tempted to open her mail. Love is taking care when you borrow her car. Love is indulging his weakness. Love is putting her in the picture. Love is creating happiness. Love is planning her holiday early. Love is someone who's also your best friend. Love is not being too idealistic. Love is love is sneaking off to your hideaway cottage. Love is looking for a shooting star together. Love is turning the lights down low. Love is corny but nice. Love is inviting him on your business trip. Love is getting away from it all together. Love is helping him gather in the harvest. Love is mushroom picking time. Love is doing the washing. Love is wearing the thermal she bought. Love is removing her hairs from the basin. Love is keeping him company at the laundromat. Love is deserving each other. Love is ours. Love is what you make it. Love is your dream come true. Love is waiting for her even in bad weather. Love is not bringing all your mud indoors. Love is a lazy day on the river. Love is something that takes you by surprise. Love is getting married on nothing. Love is a flowering of emotion. Love is dieting together. Love is a duet. Love is reading her poetry by moonlight. Love is getting another slice of pie. Love is turning off your soap opera if he falls asleep. Love is a surprise nonsense gift. Love is sometimes expensive. Love is sometimes a puzzle. Love is believing his story about the big one that got away. Love is filleting the fish before giving it to her to cook. Love is a traditional Christmas. Love is getting just what you want for Christmas. Love is Christmas at home. Love is roasting chestnuts on an open fire. Love is a feeling of togetherness. Love is not without its pitfalls. Love is an evening stroll together. Go on. Love is doing the washing. Love is getting decorated. Love is asking for another cup of his awful coffee. Love is not blowing on your hot soup. Love is doing things for her. Love is hanging her first picture. Love is being considerate. Love is singing her praises. Love is someone to bless you whenever you sneeze. Love is someone who adores you. Love is for all seasons. Love is curling up in front of the fire in winter. Love is showing him the way. Love is knowing he's there. Love is when he's your man. Love is when your heart sings to your boots during a quarrel. Love is no one quite like you. Love is being her one and only Valentine. Love is having a man about the house. Love is someone to protect you. Love is working for one another, not against one another. Love is you and the night and the music. Love is a very special dinner. Love is when your heart skips a beat. Love is planting an herb garden for her. Love is being a couple of wallflowers. Love is going bird watching with him. Love is having fun together. Love is that certain smile. Love is seeing things eye to eye. Love is free. Love is in the wind. Love is when she raises her temperature. Love is steaming up his glasses. Love is like lightning striking. Love is the ultimate experience. Love is not always being at crossroads. Love is calming her down when she's blowing her stack. Love is not a guarantee of happiness. Love is starting all over again. Love is meditating with him in mind. Love is imagining. Love is when he's the man of your dreams. Love is what I've been thinking about. Love is when you stop being the goodbye girl. Love is just a memory. Love is feeling lonely when it's dinner for one. Love is counting the days without him. Love is knowing that chivalry is not yet dead. Love is always being her Prince Charming.
There's one stack there.
Oh, you Good try, huh? These? Oh. Okay. Love is the top prize. Love is natural, no additives, no preservatives, no artificial coloring. Love is feeling lightheaded. Love is worrying when he plays polo. Love is playing Anthony to her Cleopatra. Love is when girl meets boy. Love is a tender word. Love is not asking her to get out and push. Love is knowing when to call a ceasefire. Love is doing the things he likes. Love is not asking her to get, Love is sentencing him. S-C-E-N-T. Love is taking the initiative. Love is making him part of your future. Love is breakfast in bed on Saturday. Love is intriguing. Love is encouraging him to sleep in on Saturdays. Love is a big heart. Love is letting him know the score. Love is not weighing in like a heavyweight. Love is lighting up time. Love is thinking of him. Love is looking at your relationship from every angle. Love is simple arithmetic. Love is what chases away the dark clouds. Love is worth a fortune. Love is the pain of parting. Love is keeping your prime time for each other. Love is keeping him occupied. Love is reassuring. Love is getting fit for your vacation. Love is rewarding. Love is a Caribbean cruise together. Love is a touch of class. Love is when the party is for you. Love is his bedtime call. Love is never falling asleep without a goodnight kiss. Love is shading her eyes from the sun. Love is timing it right. Love is facing up to a crisis. Love is not for sale. Love is our secret. Love is falling hook, line, and sinker. Love is sometimes a prison. Love is not letting him become a workaholic. Love is bewildering. Love is what brings you together again. Love is what exercises your emotions. Love is when he's yours for life. Love is more than a lovely interlude. Love is getting the 5-star treatment. Love is worth $1 million. Love is not running up huge bills on his credit card. Love is building her a rose arch. Love is knowing she prefers her fish filleted. Love is being the right person. Love is coming home after a serious operation. Love is rubbing noses. Love is a great pick-me-up. Love is getting married on nothing. Love is taking that long walk down the aisle. Love is waltzing around. Love is making every day like Valentine's Day. Love is a tender flower. Love is having someone worth caring about. Love is bringing her a... Love is better late than never. Love is giving her the deep freeze. Love is a kiss before breakfast. Love is not trampling all over his feelings. Love is waiting up when he's working overtime. Love is needing you. Love is not having second thoughts. Love is putting heart into a relationship. Love is a merry-go-round. Love is never out of fashion. Love is not to be taken casually. Love is choosing the right road together. Love is when the outlook is definitely bright. Love is all yours. Love is getting up late on Saturday morning. Love is patching things up. Love is catching him napping. Love is supper by candlelight. Love is a warm glow. Love is like the air you breathe, necessary. Love is sharing your wrinkle prevention cream. Love is just you and me. Love is putting up with his singing in the bathroom. Love is a phone call on Christmas Day. Love is sometimes a tug of war. Love is eating Chinese when you prefer Italian. Love is knowing you're in... Love is sending her a kiss over your car phone. Love is knowing you're in safe hands. Love is a band of gold. Love is a tender word. Love is the shortest distance between two hearts. Love is waiting for you. Love is being her fall guy when she's learning judo. Love is getting closer. Love is an investment with daily interest. Love is a kiss that says everything. Love is a surprise practical gift. Love is following where your heart leads. Love is teasing. Love is when it's you I want. Love is looking at her scrapbook. Love is being subtly seductive. Love is getting onto the right scent. Love is when time drags on your own. Love is your dreamboat. Love is a fine romance. Love is the top prize. Bus.
I think we have missed a lot, but we tried to collect as many as we could. The idea was to let you know the description of something, and they make a cartoon with it. Actually, love is everything which comes from nothing. It is nothing which gives everything. Love is an experience of oneself within oneself. That's how love is, but I just wanted to give you a Western version. God is called Narayan. And his wife is Lakshmi. And he's pictured to be sleeping in a big boat of Shashnag who has heads, and the Narayan sleeps and Lakshmi sit by and musical life goes on. That's how the picture is. And if that's true, we have to understand basically the prosperity is the female, but the man takes a female from the prosperity as a definition and changes it into a property. Love is not to let a man change from prosperity concept to a property concept. Do you understand where I'm coming from? How to avoid it? It can be only avoided if you, being the Lakshmi, being the wealth, being the money, don't put him on spot on money matters. Men cannot handle money when it is discussed by a person who has the legal, social, authentic and moral right to spend it as she wants it. Do you understand that? No? Let me put it in a different way. Woman is the wealth of the man. And normally, man is always afraid that she's going to go away. On a very subtle concept, there is a wealth called money in the house or in the bank or anything. When you spend that in any way, form and shape in which he is not 100% consulted, agreed to and all that, you understand what I mean? Net result comes, it is not the dollar amount we are talking about. To his subconscious, you are going away. And men are very dumb creatures. They're not very sophisticated like you. Dumbest woman can make a distinction intelligently that a man, God gave you that intelligence because He wanted you to be a mother. And man doesn't have to be a mother. So he has a practical intelligence, whereas woman has a very sophisticated intelligence. But you know, sophistication sometimes becomes your own enemy. That's why you think too much. But to the concept of the psychology of a man, when woman spends money, maybe you spending money, buy him the suit. It doesn't matter. But to him, is go away. Men are not afraid that you betray them. Men are not afraid you lie to them. Men are not afraid you cheat them. Men are not afraid that you kill them. Men are not afraid you steal them. Steal away everything. Man is not afraid from woman of anything. He is only afraid of one thing, that you don't go away. It is not the physical distance which he is worried about. It is the mental distance which man cannot stand. Everything about woman is tolerable, acceptable, if there is no mental distance in the definite intelligence of a man to the woman he loves. Physical distance, I can tell you, there's a case where once we lost a person in a border patrol, declared missing, declared dead. The woman always felt he's alive. 18 years later he showed up and she was right and everything else was wrong. I definitely remember we asked her, what is that you are telling that he's alive? She said, with each beat of the heart I get a moroscope, what the thing they call? Moroscope message. I am alive, I am alive, I am alive, I am alive. And we say, he's alive, this is a modern word, somewhere he can reach, call, get help, this and that. She said, maybe possible, may not be possible. So out of curiosity, I went to see the guy and I said, tell me privately, what happened? And he said he flipped. He lost his memory. He lost who he is. He lost what it is. And I said, well, how you woke up? He said, that is also a mystery. One day I just was standing in a great place and I just asked myself, where am I? And then I started looking around and walking around and asking and speaking and talking. He was way, way in the valleys of Tibet where he roamed around, lived there, stayed there, ate, became a part of the whole thing, but totally unconscious of his reality. And when he woke up, he very sneakingly learned, as he was trained to learn, to behave and act. He walked back. With all things at our disposal, we knew it that he's dead. There was no reason to believe otherwise. Even so much so, one such party produced a human skeleton which was verified and certified it is his. But when she was given that report, she said, no, he is alive and he will come. I know him. I know him. We all decided that she is a mental situation and there's no way we can just even communicate with her. But we were so foolish, we did not recognize for her there's no distance. Her behavior was so in pattern with the situation that she could feel that he's eating, he's not eating. And once she reported that he's very sick, not accept that woman is in shock and her husband has died and she's not in a position to relate to a reality, and we all have to cater to her saying, yeah, must be, he must be sick. What else you can do? But whatever she ever reported and felt was all true. So she, female in an ordinary domestic state of mind, has an intuition which she never uses for her greatness, but she becomes belittled with it. That's the one tragedy woman has. Woman is great minus her belittlement. When a woman belittles herself, her intuition, which is otherwise a gift, becomes her tragedy. Smallness against vastness. Why woman has been given this vastness of intuitive self by God? Because God understands that she is going to be a mother tomorrow. And she has to carry an innocent life from absolute innocence to our absolute excellence. And this concept of the mother is a natural phenomenon in which God gives her a expanded vision. You'll be shocked to know I do not know what to say about it, because I have never dreamed in my life. So if I say I have a dream and what dream is, it will be a silly idea, because I don't know what it is. Because my subconscious is never filled with anything, so I meditate and empties every day and I'm very update on it. So when you have that kind of state of mind, you don't dream. But once a while, just to experience, once a while, BBG dreams. And she said, I have a dream. I said, wait a minute, oh God. Because that can be exactly what happened or going to happen. One day she told me, I have a dream. I said, what is it? She said, you know the Prime Minister Indira Gandhi? I said, what's wrong with that? He said, she came to me and she said, well, I do not know where to go, so I visited you. And I said, well, come on, be free, have a good time. I gave her a cup of tea and she was very relaxed. I said, now it's a matter of interpretation. She came to get a cup of tea from you. I said, wait a minute. There's an election going on. She came to have a cup of tea and she told you she doesn't know where to go. She said, that is true. I said, she's going to lose it. She lost the election. And 2.5 years later, she said, I saw her telling me, hello, 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 but she didn't stop. I said, now she's going to win it. Sometimes subconscious produces the contact dream of spacelessness and through which it can look at the space. In between the saga, it is not possible to interpret it right. Exactly that the psychics do. Psychics do not get the vision of intuitiveness, they get the symbols. And then through their experience, they let you know what they say. Majority of the time it is not right. Because interpretation is personal. Interpretation? Exactly you will find, exactly when I came in the United States, there was a tremendous amount of animosity to Kundalini Yoga. And even now, those of you who practice Kundalini Yoga, if you go and ask a master or a teacher or anybody about Kundalini Yoga, he's going to tell you it's dangerous, don't practice it. Because the first term of Kundalini Yoga is we don't initiate anybody, person is self-initiated. Number 2 is produces the masters and not the students. It produces the teacher. Number 3, it gives you your own self-intuition. You seldom need just once a while a guidance. It is not total dependency. And thirdly, Kundalini Yoga is what makes you to be you as you should be or you originally is destined to be. If we call it Yoga of Destiny, it shall be not very wrong. A leader is one who leads you to life, not controls you, not guide you, and not serve you. In the world at large, in the religious world, you have to go to a man to get initiated. And you surrender yourself. I surrendered you as my master, and I'm your slave. Help me to be. But in Kundalini Yoga, you surrender to the master, and you surrender yourself and promise to become a master. Do you understand the difference? Here the surrender is to become the master, there surrender is to become the student. You understand the difference? And the real threat is that if everybody becomes a master, how they will run their shop. Religion is nothing but a money game. Religion does not teach you to be you. Religion teaches you that you can become better than you. Idiots, if you can better than you cannot handle you. God made you alone. More than that is undesirable. Less than that is undesirable. Do you understand that? If somebody promises you that he's going to make best out of you, it only means the best is in you which has not yet come out. You follow? Nobody can give you anything more than what you really are. Question is, some part of you have not discovered, and with expert help that can be discovered. But you ever have been believed to imagine that you'll become better than you, luckier than you, prosper than you? These are all selling points. Things are sold to you against cash. I was one day very mad at somebody. She said, I went to this seminar, bye-bye. I said, what do you got out of it? Nothing. I said, you know what you got out of it? You have come back $450 poor, that's all. You know what the answer was? Sir, you are not well these days. I say, I'm not well these days, but I have dig a well, it gives a lot of water, you should drink that. People want gimmick, people want help, people want somebody to give them something. They do not understand they have everything in them, simply they have to go in and get it out. Self-initiation and self-realization in a woman is nothing but, woman is a living prosperity which she messes up because of her belittlement. Woman has no problem. Her success is granted, her excellence is assured, her situation, because she is 16 times more intuitive than the man. And this was given to her at the time of her very conception, because her manifestation is to carry another human being, not once, maybe sometimes 6 children, 8 children. So the preparation of a woman as a segment in the biological magnetic field has intuitive censorship in it. It is in it, much, much sophisticated than that of the male. But also, with that there is a tragedy that her belittlement can deprive her. Her anger can destroy her. Her, unsophisticatedness can come out of her because she is mad at herself. She no good syndrome, which is very common with women. I'm no good. If you are no good, who told you? Nobody. You know, this no good syndrome is so fantastically catch-22. I am no good. Who told you? Nobody. If nobody told you, why you say you're no good? I'm no good because I say it. This no good syndrome in a woman is found very often because they feel not good to take responsibility. They're not irresponsible. But in a woman there is a moon situation. They want to be catered to. That is the trap. The life of a woman, if you want to see, and her pain you want to understand, you can see it very well. And it is, just imagine a rod having a string, and in the end having a hook. On the hook there is some food. It is in the water. Fish comes, goes around it 2-3 times, smells it, touches it. If fish start eating it little by little, she will find the hook there. But fish doesn't do that. It grabs it. You understand? It grabs it. And by grabbing it, it gets the hook in the mouth somewhere. And then she wants to run away from the hook. Hook is in herself now. She can't run away. It gives the signal to the man outside, and he starts rolling the string. What do you see? A live fish in the air, hustling for breath, for life. Finally, when she is taken off the hook, she is almost 3/4 dead. A woman who does not use inductive method and deductive method, you must induce situation to prove what you have deduced from circumstances and then come to a judgment. Minus that, female is just nothing but a living pain on that string. You must deduce what comes to you from the behavior of the magnetic field. And then you must induce the counter effect of it to find it out what is true. Once you have this method, you can always make mess into a massive joy. You can change tragedy into prosperity. You have a natural stamina for it. There's nothing a woman has to be taught. Woman and richness goes from the very concept of God and the God's creation. There are no two opinions about it. Then why woman is not prosperous? There is only one fault which every woman does, and that is when the fish grabs, opens the mouth and go and get it. If that fish can just sit there and go around and induce it to see what it is, and deduce it little by eating little by little of it, very smartly, smilingly, in few grabs, he is going to find out there is some black thing turned, and that hook is there for her. Hooker is not that who's a prostitute. Hooker actually is that who puts her grace on the line for a grab. Woman is not the problem in the world, and woman is not the problem to herself. Woman is what can create God. Even God have to appear on the earth the way is the woman. What is the way for God? How can that go wrong? Except one thing. For her belittlement at the moment, impatience, and she grabs things. Any woman who like to grab an opportunity, grab a man, grab a situation, is asking for nothing but trouble. Therefore, an intelligent woman, which is an intuitive woman, must be a very attached person. And she has to be attached for her own self-respect. You cannot allow your self-respect to be bartered for even God. Because God, if has to come through, he has to use you. Ask your price. Your lady's problem is not you. Your problem is your impulsiveness. You remember you used to have a teacher called Yogi Bhajan? Remember him? He was here in 1900 BC. He said something, patience pays. Remember that popular saying? Say it.
Patience pays.
Say it again.
Patience pays.
Just say it again.
Patience pays.
Raise your hand how many people believe it and act on it. Are you all in trouble? Now tell me honestly, do you believe it all the time and practice it, or once a while? And that's your problem. Woman has only one thing to do. There is a one God and one woman, the way of God, and one way to prosperity, patience. What is a patience? Kindness, compassion, and tolerance. When this trinity of three get mixed up in a blender, it makes a juice called patience. What are those three ingredients?
Kindness, compassion, and tolerance.
Say, I didn't hear it. You are so many.
Kindness, compassion, and tolerance.
Now say it that you can hear it.
Kindness, compassion, and tolerance.
What to do with it? Blend it together and then drink it. What is the name of the drink? If you don't drink patience every day, you'll become a patient in a hospital. Take it or leave it. Do you understand that? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Then why don't you practice? Listen, if you ever swallow a hot potato, it's going to burn your mouth, right? Is that true?
Yes,
So,
sir.
when a woman acts with extreme patience, she is rewarded 100 times more than what actually she should be rewarded. Patience is the greatest safeguard, virtue, and strength of the woman. And patience also means when she's hit with tragedy, she should then also be patient to face it. In American slang, they say, "Take your time, ladies, take your time." Take your time. Don't hurry and mess it up. Because the problem is you are dealing with a man who has a very short circuit magnetic field in the neurons in the brain. Do you know that? Woman pituitary is way, way stronger because the pineal give a corrective message along with the message. The pineal in a female act different because she has a double arc line. One is the automated radiation message which the pineal give to the neurons in the brain message service system. One is active, which is in a male too. Why God put in it there? Because her future prospective to be a mother. She has been given some additional capacities as a human being over a male. You got to use that. But you refuse it. You are all trying to become males. And if you fail to become a male, you become a tomboy. You know what is tomboy? Half female, half male. And tragedy is, as a woman, you are just transvestite. You are male inside because you are angry and stupidly angry at yourself. And then you dress up as a pretty woman. For what? So please understand, your greatest art of life to win the world is to move gracefully with utmost patience, tolerance, kindness, compassion. Because remember, mother is not which delivers a baby, mother is which delivers the universe. It's not a tall order. God has given woman all the faculties that she can deliver the universe, and a prosperous one. She's not born to suffer. But in her belittlement, everything goes wrong. If you understand what I'm saying, then you understand how to act. There are certain salient features which you have to believe. One is, never react on the spot. Never ask the other person to put, he should put himself or herself in your position and give the opinion. It is called changing places for sake of learning the opinion. It's an act you have to perform. One is, second is, and third is discuss the solution. Don't grab it and don't force it. Don't force it. Women who will follow this performa of action can never lose. It is not when a woman loses a loss of a woman, it's a loss of a family and a future. Loss of a woman is terrible loss. Because once a woman acts as depressed, it affects the entire environment. Because woman doesn't represent as individual, she also represents Prakriti, the creative environments of the universe. Creative environment. Therefore, don't act ever individually. Don't act. Act as the caretaker of the family. If you ever want to succeed with a man or a family life you choose to live or otherwise, or even you are a single and you are in environments where you want to be successful, make a man feel he's the head of the family and make yourself as a container of the family. Nothing can go wrong. Men don't want to work at home. Do you know their nature? Asking a man to give you a glass of water is asking a camel to bring Himalaya to United States. You understand the aggravation? If you send a camel to India, tell him load the whole Himalaya and bring it over here, that may be possible. But asking a man to give me a glass of water at home, forget it. Even those men whose job is to serve water in the office. If a man has a job to just work in a company and give every worker water on the work, even his wife asks him, give me a glass of water, she's asking for a trouble. Why? The entire workability, man wants to be compensated at home and acknowledgingly. These men are crazy. They have a set procedure of life. And whether you have a graduate man or a master or PhD or nothing, or he's good for nothing, he's a layman or he's a macho, all faculties you can put together. One thing you must understand, man wants his home to be his kingdom. And he wants you to provide it. You shall be dumb if you do not create kingdom, at least imaginary, if not real. Every woman has the intuition and she can create a hypnotic sense. Create that hypnotic sense around him so he may not be in a position to wake up and see his own pain. When a man sees, feels or understands his own pain, his anger is next to grab you. You are the first victim. You understand that? So create a hypnotic sense. Otherwise, create a happy theme. If you cannot make through a hypnotic sense, create a happy theme. Or involve in a healthy activity. This is not to give you anything, this is only to save your skin. Any individual, how rich he is and how poor he is, how great he is, healthy, unhealthy, whatever he is, moment a man wake up to his own reality, first victim of that tragedy is his own woman, his own beloved, his own girlfriend, whatever you are. The most affectionate man, which you call affectionate, you know when he's very affectionate? When he puts his all dirt and garbage collected during the whole day right on the top of you and say, take it, these are flowers, and in return give me a hug and a kiss. Now do you want to live with this kind of stupid creature? This is a practical life, ladies, you have to understand. With a degree or two of error, normally what I am saying is correct. Little bit, somebody can say that. But it all can be avoided if you just set up a parameter of your own grace about you. It is called aroma. In spiritual word, it is called aura. If your man knows, listen to this, if your man, that you are a spiritual person, you are or not, I'm not judging it, it's none of my business. Because concept of spirituality and degree and whole thing is individual. But somehow if you can make a person believe that you are spiritual and deeply spiritual, you can totally avoid trouble. Because no man wants to tackle directly spirituality. Because for a man to be spiritual, is to be intuitive. And when a man beckons upon, they really get spaced out. That's why you'll find more holy men than a woman, because woman is holy to begin with. She cannot make a profession out of it. You will ask question, why men are more holy men and less women? Is that true? Huh? Isn't that always the question you people ask? You are holy to begin with anyway. So you don't have to go to graduate yourself to be holy. It's the man who is in trouble. And when, once you start getting into something, you become perfect, and that's all it's about. Why woman is basically a very contained and holy? Because she has to be one way or another a mother. May not be a physical mother, maybe a mental mother, maybe a spiritual mother. The affection, kindness, sacrifice is very common to female gender. Mother can do for a child which man cannot do. So in that realization, there's a little difference between you and though both are considered human, they are considered equal, and whatever things are said. But basically, you must understand that you cannot afford to barter your grace. Barter your grace for benefit. Isn't that song we have got? Do you remember it? Can we sing it? Now tell me, by the way, from last year to this year, before coming to the camp, How many of you listen to this song 10 times during the whole year? Is it on a tape? Put the tape on. At least you should have this tape. If you cannot sing it yourself, play it once a while to remind you. And I think mostly your trouble will go away.
Noble is the virtue of the presence of God, greatest virtue that can be expressed. Noble through
Does it hurt? Is it bad? Why don't you listen it during the year? Can you give me one solid reason? Oh yeah? More than this? Well, can you give me one of those wonderful things? If you want to see the strength of a nation, you can see in the depth of the eyes of the woman and the smile on the face of the child. If you want to see the God on earth, you can see in the depth of the commitment of the woman towards her own nobility. If you ever want to see the miracle of God, just see a very saintly, noble, committed, divine woman, and wherever the light of her human eyes fall, that becomes heaven from the hell. That's the power of a woman in common and in general. I wish and pray you should always know who you are. I have put in 18 years just telling one thing and one thing again, who you are. You are not what you think you are. You are what God thinks you are. And God made you a woman, so be it. When a woman wants to become anything other than the woman, she's asking for trouble. When a man becomes anything other than a man, he shall be in trouble. Because God wants it that way. And exactly what you sang in English as a noble song, let us sing what Guru Nanak sang for a woman. Pand Jammiye. What values you have discussed of a woman, Guru Nanak was the first man who stood up and sang to the glory of the woman exactly this way. This was about a woman Guru Nanak sang openly before the whole world and described all the facets of grace, nobility, practical reality about a woman. And this is what the word is about. The entire cosmos, the universe, Guru Nanak sang about it in his Japji. In the line when he sang that paudi, Eka Mai, let us see. Now march with it. Eka Mai, there is but one woman.
Eka Mai,
What else you want? Simply you have to wake up from this long, deep sleep where you live and swim in the ocean of commotions and let yourself drown in the belittlement of your own consciousness. Woman has not to create prosperity, she is the prosperity. Woman has not to create nobility, she is the nobility. Woman has not created the divinity, she is the divinity. Simply, she is asked of one thing, to accept it. I hope you will have a long, good weekend. Then take care of your shopping and running around and eating enchiladas and going to Matildas and all that stuff. But just remember, every joy, happiness comes when you are strong enough to face. And all these words Guru Nanak sang for you are not a religious forum which has to be thrusted through your throat. These are the word of that man who was one with God, and God dwelled in him. And his words are to create the environments of God congenial for you. That's why we ask you to sing. So that the neurons pattern in the brain, in the competitive and comparable situation, when get to the frequencies of their individuality in the reactive and co-reactive situation of other situation in which the neurons have the capacity to have the velocity to blow up and burst up to create the comparative harmoniousness for the man individual in which brain they are acting, there has to be a basic fundamental pattern towards which the radiation of the pineal can stretch and stress itself in need to ask the pituitary to order the glandular system to guard the man at large. And that is the science of it. You'll be very foolish knowing Guru Nanak and not chanting his words. When you chant his words, they become yours. And you and Guru Nanak become the one word. In the beginning there was a word. Word was with God, and word was God. And these are the word of God, and word of God for you, and you become for God. And that's the understanding. I hope you will have a nice day. Anybody from Houston? You are there, yeah. I want to see you. And from Washington, D.C., Sundar Kaur, I want to see you right here. To face the emergency. Yeah, come on here. Sundar Kaur, you come, and meanwhile you put the song on so that they can sit patiently.
ਮੇਰਾ ਜਾਨ ਸੋ ਕਿਆ ਮੰਦਾ ਆਖੀਏ ਜਿਤ ਮੇਰਾ ਜਾਨ ਸੋ ਕਿਆ ਮੰਦਾ ਆਖੀਏ ਜਿਤ ਮੇਰਾ ਜਾਨ ਸੋ ਕਿਆ ਮੰਦਾ ਆਖੀਏ ਜਿਤ ਮੇਰਾ ਜਾਨ ਪੰਡ ਜੰਮੀਏ ਪੰਡ ਮੇਨੀਏ ਪੰਡ ਮੰਗਣ ਵੇ ਆਓ ਪੰਡ ਹੋ ਗਏ ਦੋਸਤੀ ਪੰਡੋ ਚੱਲੇ ਰਾਹੋ ਪੰਡ ਜੰਮੀਏ ਪੰਡ ਮੇਨੀਏ ਪੰਡ ਮੰਗਣ ਵੇ ਆਓ ਪੰਡ ਹੋ ਗਏ ਦੋਸਤੀ ਪੰਡੋ ਚੱਲੇ ਰਾਹੋ ਪੰਡੋ ਹੀ ਪੰਡ ਉਪਜੈ ਪੰਡ ਬਾਜ ਨ ਕੋਏ 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 ਨਾਨਕ ਪੰਡ ਬਾਹਿਰਾ ਏਕੋ ਸੱਚਾ ਸੋਏ ਨਾਨਕ ਪੰਡ ਬਾਹਿਰਾ ਏਕੋ ਸੱਚਾ ਸੋਏ ਨਾਨਕ
May the long time